6 mistakes mankind keeps making century after century, believing that personal gain is made by crushing others, worrying about things that cannot be changed or corrected, insisting that a thing is impossible because we cannot accomplish it, refusing to set aside trivial preferences, neglecting development and refinement of the mind, attempting to compel others to believe and live as we do. When a government becomes powerful, it is destructive, extravagant, and violent. It is a usurer which takes bread from innocent mouths and deprives honorable men of their substance, for votes with which to perpetuate itself. To be ignorant of what occurred before you were born is to remain always a child. For what is the worth of human life, unless it is woven into the life of our ancestors by the records of history? People don't know the value of what they have until it is gone. We learn nothing from history except that we learn nothing from history. Times are bad. Children no longer obey their parents, and everyone is writing a book. The wise are instructed by reason, average minds by experience, the stupid by necessity, and the brute by instinct. Nothing is more unpredictable than the mob, nothing more obscure than public opinion, nothing more deceptive than the whole political system. More is lost by indecision than wrong decision. Indecision is the thief of opportunity. It will steal you blind. Any man can make mistakes, but only an idiot persists in his error. If you have a garden and a library, you have everything you need. I have always been of the opinion that unpopularity earned by doing what is right is not unpopularity at all, but glory. What society does to its children, so will its children do to society. The first duty of man is the seeking after and the investigation of truth. Please go on, make your threats. I don't like to submit to mere implication. They condemn what they do not understand. I prefer tongue-tied knowledge to ignorant loquacity. It is the peculiar quality of a fool to perceive the faults of others and to forget his own. If you wish to persuade me, you must think my thoughts, feel my feelings, and speak my words. Silence is one of the great arts of conversation. They who say that we should love our fellow citizens but not foreigners, destroy the universal brotherhood of mankind, with which benevolence and justice would perish forever. What is morally wrong can never be advantageous, even when it enables you to make some gain that you believe to be to your advantage. The mere act of believing that some wrongful course of action constitutes an advantage is pernicious. There are two ways to resolve conflicts, through violence or through negotiation. Violence is for wild beasts, negotiation is for human beings. Let the welfare of the people be the ultimate law. To be content with what we possess is the greatest and most secure of riches. It is not enough to acquire wisdom, it is necessary to employ it. The higher we are placed, the more humbly we should walk. Morals today are corrupted by our worship of riches. When money is unreasonably coveted, it is a disease of the mind which is called avarice. It is a man's own dishonesty, his crimes, his wickedness, and boldness, that takes away from him soundness of mind. These are the furies, these the flames, and firebrands, of the wicked. To be ignorant of what occurred before you were born is to remain always a child. Read at every weight, read at all hours, read within leisure, read in times of labor, read as one goes in, read as one goeth out. The task of the educated mind is simply put, read to lead. A man would have no pleasures in discovering all the beauties of the universe, even in heaven itself, unless he had a partner to whom he might communicate his joys. The life of the dead is placed on the memories of the living. The love you gave in life keeps people alive beyond their time. Anyone who was given love will always live on in another's heart. Not for ourselves alone are we born. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all the others. Life without learning is death. We should be careful that our benevolence does not exceed our means. It is not by muscle, speed, or physical dexterity that great things are achieved, but by reflection, force of character, and judgment. Nothing is more unreliable than the populace, nothing more obscure than human intentions, nothing more deceptive than the whole electoral system. When time and need require, we should resist with all our might, and prefer death to slavery and disgrace. If I had more time, I would have written a shorter letter. Friendship improves happiness and abates misery, by the doubling of our joy and the dividing of our grief. Anyone may fairly seek his own advantage, but no one has a right to do so at another's expense. As I give thought to the matter, I find 4 causes for the apparent misery of old age. First, it withdraws us from active accomplishments. Second, it renders the body less powerful. Third, it deprives us of almost all forms of enjoyment. Fourth, it stands not far from death. Nothing is so secure as that money will not defeat it. A room without books is like a body without a soul. The life given us, by nature is short, but the memory of a well-spent life is eternal. While there's life, there's hope.